My pleasure to introduce our new head football coach, Matt Campbell.
Well, I'll say this. I'm truly humbled, honored, and privileged to be a part of this great university and this great football program. It's an honor for me to be the new head football coach here. It's honestly been a whirlwind 72 hours, and Jamie kind of hit the nail on the head. It's been crazy. But as fate has led us here, I am beyond thankful and beyond grateful to be the new leader of this football program. This process truly doesn't happen without the vision, and I think you guys know, the persistence of tremendous leaders. One of the finest athletic directors in the country, who quite honestly has built one of the most incredible athletic departments in the entire country, and that's Jamie Pollard. For this to even happen, I know Jamie. It had to be the right fit for him. And I think as you get to know me, it's all about people. It had to be the right fit for myself and my beautiful family. Jamie told the story, and Jamie told it correct. 2 years ago, we had the great opportunity to come here and play a football game. And for whatever reason that day, maybe it was poor planning by the head football coach, we got here about 2 hours and 45 minutes before the game started. So I'm nervous constantly. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go out and I'm just going to walk around. And I want to see this place. And as we came in, I was just so impressed with the fans and the energy and the excitement that surrounded this place. And I said, I want to get out there and just see what this is about. And so as a matter of fact, I walked out on the field and kind of walked up the visitor side of the stadium and overlooked the grass practice fields. And as I watched the team do the spirit walk coming in, I was blown away. The support, the energy, the fans. And I couldn't have been more impressed with what was going on. And then the game occurred. And every seat was full. The energy, the spirit, the culture that sat around this program was incredible. And as the game ended, we left, and I got to the bus. And before I got on the bus, Jamie's right, I made that phone call. And I told my wife, I said, Erica, you're not going to believe this place. Incredible. Culture, fans, facilities, people. This is a really special place. And I'll tell my Toledo story in a little bit, but you know, this is a place that's different than a lot of places that I've been. It's got great people. It's a great place. I can see us at a place like this someday. And so, you know, it's amazing that fate has had this turn in my life. And Jamie, I'm thankful and I'm grateful for you believing in me and trusting in me. Now, I do know this. Culture doesn't just happen. Culture comes from amazing leadership from the top. And I want to thank President Lee. I'm floored by the energy and the vision and the leadership that we've even had the opportunity in 2 days to see from you. You breed excellence. And for me, the only thing I can promise you is I'm going to do everything in my power to breed the same excellence into our football program that you've breeded into this university. And I want to thank you for your support of me. The last person I want to thank as well is I want to thank David Harris. And I know David's here. And David, thank you. You've been a great bridge of communication, of leadership in this short process. But I can already tell you've been a steadying rock for me in the early parts of getting this going. And I really appreciate you, and I think we're going to have a really special relationship. I look forward to continue to develop that with you. But thank you as well. My journey doesn't happen today without the great people at the University of Toledo. I want to thank Mike O'Brien, our great athletic director there, who believed in me. 4 years ago, similar time frame, Coach Ianni, I know, is sitting back there. And Coach Ianni and I were in a recruiting trip to Chicago, Illinois. Halfway there, I get a phone call from our athletic director, and he says, Matt, how would you like to be the youngest coach in Division I football and come back and lead our football program? So we turned around, and we had 3 days to get this interview done. We had 3 hours, Coach Lou, to get that interview done. And in 3 hours, I became the new head football coach at the University of Toledo. I owe Mike the courage and the foresight to believe in me. We built one of the finest programs in the Mid-American Conference. What we've done there in 4 years is unheard of. We became one of the forerights of the Mid-American Conference. We've become a national presence this year, ranked in the top 25 throughout the entire year. And we've done some unbelievable things hand in hand of building that football program. I also want to thank our players there. And as my new Iowa State players find out, it's all about the players. It's not about Matt Campbell. It's about our players. I walked in to Toledo 7 years ago as an assistant with the offensive coordinator, and we inherited a 3-9 football team. And in 7 years, we flipped it from 3-9 to 9-2. And we did it because our players trusted into the process that it takes to be elite. They trusted in. They believed what was going on. We coached with unbelievable attitude and effort, but those young men trusted into the process that it takes to be special. The hardest thing for me to take this job was to walk into a staff room yesterday at 4 o'clock and look into the eyes of those young men that laid their guts out for me and our coaching staff, believed in me, and did everything in their power to take Toledo football to where it is today. I'll forever love those guys. I'm so proud to be their football coach, and I'll miss them greatly. I also want to do this. I want to thank the community and the people of the University of Toledo. We built something really special and something different there. It wasn't just about winning and losing football games. Team GPA over a 3.0 the last 4 semesters there, 105 young men. One of the highest APR rankings in the country. Our young men did things right on and off the football field, and quite honestly, that only happens if there's a total buy-in value, a total trust-in value from the community and the university. Great people, and I'll miss them greatly, and I wouldn't be here without each and every one of them. My own foundation in coaching, I'd be remiss not to thank 3 of the greatest mentors that I've ever had to get me to this point today. Number 1, my father. My father, a longtime high school head football coach, administrator, and a gentleman that my greatest memories as a young child is going to 2-a-day practice and watching my father coach the game of football. And what he taught me was work ethic, and do the right thing. 2 simple qualities that go a long way. Number 2, my high school football coach, who ironically is going to be playing for a state championship, the first in school history this coming Friday. A gentleman that's the winningest Ohio high school football coach in Ohio high school history. A gentleman that molded me into these 2 foundations, attitude and effort. 2 things that takes no talent to control on a day in, day out basis. The attitude and effort that you come in with and you lead with. And last but not least, maybe the greatest mentor for me was my college football coach, a gentleman by the name of Larry Karras, the winningest all-time college football coach in college football history. A man that won multiple national championships, the highest winning percentage ever in college football history, and honestly, a man that changed my life. There's a sign at Mount Union as you go in, and everybody wants to know what's the mystique of Mount Union. Pretty simple. The sign says as you go into the locker room, faith, family, football. That order. Changed my life, and I'm unbelievably grateful for all 3 of those great mentors. The greatest blessing in my life is my great family. And I'll say this. I'm the head coach now at Iowa State, but the head coach of our family is no question is my beautiful wife, Erica. Our story is really simple. We're high school sweethearts. She's been with me every step of the way. And she is unbelievably the rock of my life. We've been through a lot. She's been the steadying force the entire way through. And I know I wouldn't be here without her love and support. I love you and I'm thankful for you. Katie and Izzy. So Cyclone Nation just got two also the greatest cheerleaders you're going to find. So you can already see they're in their cardinal and gold. We got them ready to rock and roll. But I love them greatly. Their support has been unbelievable. I miss you and love you with all my heart. To my little guy Rudy, sitting in the back, okay, he's already ready to rock and roll. He's got his tie on today, looks pretty sharp. He's a budding tight end recruit, so we're getting him ready to go. Tight end, defensive end, he'll be ready to go, I know it. And then a new arrival in the Campbell family in February, and we can't wait. Our fourth child comes in February, so it'll just add to a little bit of the craziness in the Campbell house. I also want to thank my parents. As I said, my father, a longtime head high school football coach, an administrator, and educator. Unbelievably grateful for everything he's taught me. My mother, Elaine Campbell, who is, quite honestly, again, another educator, somebody that has always believed in education and the value of doing the right thing, and sometimes gets shortchanged because my father being a head football coach. But without both of my parents, quite honestly, I know I wouldn't be here today, and I think I've got some of the greatest qualities of both of my parents. I'm so thankful for each and every one of them. My in-laws, Melody and Tim Smith, I'm so thankful for, and all their support that they continue to have. Erica's father, Mike Hama, continues to be a great support system for me. Now, before I answer questions, I want to say a couple things. Number one, I know this. Paul Rhoads is a great man. I know he's beloved by this community. I know he's laid a tremendous foundation to Iowa State football. I have the utmost respect for Coach Rhoads. And I know this. My job is to continue to grow that foundation and continue to take it to an elite level. I said this, and you'll hear me talk about this. In life, change is inevitable. Change happens. But greatness is a choice. Our ability to wake up day in and day out, control our attitude and effort, greatness is a choice. From this day forward, every decision that I make will be strained to bring greatness to the fans, alumni, community, the great students, and the great student athletes that I get a chance to coach on a day in, day out basis. I'm truly honored to be a Cyclone, and I'm truly honored and humbled to be the head football coach here. With that said, I certainly would love to open it up to any questions you have.